Well, this is not something I usually do, but I have just about had it up to here with one particular company. Now, we all have our own experiences with this particular company. I'll say the name here in a minute. I'm sure you can already guess. Absolutely ridiculous. It has been about 2 to 3 years now that I have owned Red Sea LEDs. I have some good things to say about them, don't get me wrong. I mean, look at what they're doing for me. Beautiful Acropora frags. You know, keeping a mixed reef alive. They are impressive, don't get me wrong. Great lens, good water depth penetration. However, it was about a year ago I started to notice that these were having a lot of issues, mainly connectivity issues. Now, in the modern day and age, it is very sought after by big companies to seem to make everything, you know, modernized. For example, no buttons on your light fixtures anymore. The only way you can turn these on and off is through your phone. I have a problem with that. I really do. Aside from all the other Red Sea product failures you may find here on YouTube, this one's really the one that I think is a problem for people. You're allowing people to trust these lights. I'm just gonna say it, man. You shouldn't trust these lights with all of your reefing hobby experience, time, and money. You just don't. I am about ready to take this thing outside and take a sledgehammer to it, to tell you the truth. I've been trying to change the spectrum on this middle LED here for months now. It's a little too white on the spectrum, a little whiter than I'd like it. This blue you're seeing here is what I'm after. Anyhow, I have tried thousands of times, maybe hundreds, but probably not thousands, but definitely hundreds of times over these months to fix them. I went as far as to buy a new power supply for the Red Sea LEDs, all three. And even then, they started working again pretty good after that. But then something else had to fail on them, of course. I have suspicions it's the Wi-Fi chip in this center one because I've been trying to connect to it so desperately for months now, and nothing. Zip. It will blink and flash saying it's online, the light comes on, everything works normally, except for me getting on to change the program. It's stuck the way it is. Totally unacceptable bullshit. There's another YouTuber here called Gunther's Reef, and if you think I'm having a bad time with Red Sea, go check this guy's videos out. Unreal. It is criminal what we're letting these guys get away with. The fact that the front panel on their tanks pops off, causes leaks, their reef roller mat keeps breaking on people. The only good thing that that company has is salt and protein skimmers. Maybe even the protein skimmers are a little bit of a stretch. Gotta be honest. This is overpriced bullshit, folks. $400 a pop for Red Sea LED 90s, and they do this to you after 2 years. If the company reaches out to me and tries to make it better or whatever, I'm just gonna tell them to go kick rocks because I am done. I am switching to Radions. This hobby is expensive, and I know that. You can see my aquarium. However, it seems to me, even when you spend what seems to be top dollar or mid dollar for the best products people can afford, all you do is get screwed over. And that's not always the case. Here we have our Nicrew LED made for freshwater planted tanks and beta fish tanks. I know it's just Kenya tree and mushrooms and whatever the hell's in there. But still, you get my point. What does this thing have on it? An LCD screen and buttons. That's right, full control over the thing you bought. These bullshits, on the other hand, nothing. Just a Wi-Fi button that doesn't even work. And I will show you it doesn't work. You can see the light has been disconnected. The damn connector took a swim in my tank. That's on me, I understand that. But I've rinsed it out with RO. We're gonna see if it tries to work again. I'm gonna show you on another phone. I'm gonna have to film with one of my broken iPhones to show you on this phone I'm currently recording on how bad these really are. Now, I must say, this one's working pretty good. This one's been working pretty good. I can connect to those, no problem. There are times where I have it set to a certain schedule and I know it's supposed to be on at a certain time of day, of course, like anyone else's fish tank. So tell me why there are some nights I wake up randomly at like 3 or 4 in the morning and I'll come in to glance at the tank, and what do you know? It's not every time, but a lot of times more than I'm comfortable with. This will be on full blast when it's not supposed to be, even with the set schedule. Seriously? Are you trying to kill my tank? I mean, there is no random sun in the wild. That is ridiculous. By the way, guys, I left one thing out. I went to edit that video and I forgot one really important key detail. The reason I replaced the power bricks on these lights was they're supposed to come on in the morning, and what do you know? I'd come in here in the morning and they would not turn on, some of them. Some of them you'd have to unplug the power supply and plug it back in and then it would come on. It's ridiculous, okay? And I actually still have to do that with the middle one. Every morning I have to come over here, unplug these connectors behind the Reef Brite logo, and then plug them back in, wait a few seconds, and then the light sometimes will come on, but oftentimes, maybe I'll try to get a video of this. I'd have to wait till tomorrow, unfortunately, to do it, but I really should have done that this morning. Let's say it's 9 in the morning, 9 a.m., and I want this thing to turn on, okay? The schedule it has inside of it is set to be coming on at about 10 o'clock. I have to leave my house for work at 9, right? The latest at 9. So I'm forced to come in here and try to do it, but what actually happens instead is the light is not at its full percentage like it will be at 10 o'clock, right? So if you try to plug it in and fix it a little earlier than 10 o'clock, it'll come on, but it will just flicker like a strobe light. Horrible. I honestly just unplug it and then leave it off for the day until I get home and I can plug it back in again. And then after 10 o'clock, it always comes on. What the heck? I'm not sure what excuse Red Sea has for all that, but they're really kicking themselves in the foot because I'm gonna just deter anyone from them. Anyone thinking of getting Red Seas, don't do it. They are a horrible company. They do not care about your aquarium. They just want your money. Period. And again, if you really don't want to take my word for it, go search for yourself. Go see the real people that buy their hard-earned money into this bullshit and get really screwed over. I'm just glad that my tank is actually a good one, strong, good seams, not an overhang for looks. Okay. Now, if you like Red Sea, that's fine. I mean, maybe you take better care of your things than most people, right? Or maybe you're just lucky. But as for everyone else I've spoke to, that is not the case. Nuh-uh. Everyone I've spoken to who has owned a Red Sea product has something to say about them. I'm just gonna be honest. Now, that's not all bad. Again, I have to give credit where credit is due. This is the result of the Red Sea LEDs, this whole Acropore escape. I've never used any other lighting. I guess you could give some credit to this Reef Brite. Amazing LED, by the way. However, as for these Red Seas, once again, it's criminal what these guys are getting away with. It seems like they really just want your money. Because if they cared about your animals, the light would not come on randomly at different times. And no, you shouldn't just have to replace parts every once in a blue moon. That is ridiculous. It is not getting miles on the road. Maybe the LED bulb is getting some hours on it, I could see that. But as for everything else, I've never even heard of someone with a Radeon having to replace a part, unless they did something to it they weren't supposed to. I mean, it's rare. I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen. I'm not gonna say other companies don't have issues. But what I'm saying is I am tired of this particular company with what it gets away with. I'm pretty sure they have new generations of these lights coming out. They don't look very different to me. Maybe they've improved them. I highly doubt it. But yeah, guys, just take this in mind when you're thinking about getting new lights for your aquarium. Maybe skip the Red Seas. Hell, I was even considering Hygers. Yes, Hygers. Here's the nano tank. It's moved now. It's doing great. I almost crashed it from moving it, but here we are. This LED is awesome so far. It grows corals. Maybe not Acropora, but it grows corals. Nearly a fraction of the price, and it operates better. Explain to me how that's even a thing. Ridiculous. All right, guys, now I'm gonna get on the phone, stop ranting, and I'm actually gonna show you what is causing me so much trouble here. Okay, guys, here we are on ReefBeat. Turn the Wi-Fi off, right? By the way, it never, ever, and I own 3 of them, so it should. I've connected my middle light to this one several times, and it just never shows up on here. All I get is the only 2 that are on either sides. And this one doesn't even show. You have to connect directly to them one at a time in order to change things, which is in itself ridiculous, in my opinion. Okay. Now, you see that there's only 2 on there. Obviously, I need control of the middle one too. So, we're actually gonna go to Device Manager here. Okay. Device Manager. Sorry, it's hard to do this one-handed. I'm gonna add a device. Okay. Reef LED 90. Let's read the instructions together. Make sure the device is connected to the power. Press the connection button on the device for 5 seconds and wait for the light to blink. Okay, go to settings and then the Wi-Fi, type in password. Give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm actually gonna forget the network here real quick. Okay. Okay, forget this network. All right. So now, it's just gonna connect to the ones that actually work right now. So let's go to the light, follow the instructions. Let's turn this Wi-Fi button on. So you can see it's not blinking. I'm holding and pressing. There it goes, it blinks. This should be connecting. Okay, there it is. All right, and then the password is just password join. You see that? Okay, let's try it again. Password join. So this is even worse than last time. Now it won't even let me connect to the light. I was connecting to the light last time, and then I'd reach this step where I'd click next. It would try to connect to it. Oh, sorry, you don't have a Red Sea plugged into power. Really, guys? I mean, is this something you want your customers to go through? I mean, you must get a kick out of stuff like this. Because this is ridiculous. I just don't understand. I just do not understand. Now it's not even showing up on the networks. I understand it could be a Wi-Fi chip in the light. But even if it is, I don't really care. That's just ridiculous. I don't want to have to pay for another piece of garbage that's just gonna fail in 5 more months. Are you kidding me? So, now the good ones are even struggling. I've about had it with Red Sea and ReefBeat. That whole company can just go to hell, honestly. I would resell these for someone else to use, but I don't even think I want to do that. I don't want to torture anybody. I'd rather just take them out back with a sledgehammer. Okay? I know this may seem like a rant video. I don't usually do these, but I need to expose this because this is ridiculous. That's pretty much my frustration for today. I hate Red Sea. I will never buy another Red Sea product again. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna look for ways to get more money so I can get Radeons, because they're awesome. I love Radeons. Even if I have to get some old Gen 3s, it doesn't matter. It would be way better than these. Just ridiculous.